don't take these right now. Take them when you're in a good mood. So I took them. I'm in my bed. I'm laughing. I'm giggling. I'm hearing shit upstairs. Like, I go upstairs because I'm scared at this point because I hear stuff upstairs. My sister talking about you was in the pitch dark just laughing and laughing because I took a whole eighth of shrooms for my first time.
Oh
so
my
I'm
God.
in this bitch tripping. I'm seeing shit like the motherfucking room is spinning. I'm going downstairs. I'm recording myself. I'm vibrating and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
God.
So then I start taking shrooms back to back, and everybody would just see me because they make you like zoned out. And I go around people like the homies and shit. They be like, leave her alone. She high off shrooms. Don't give her no liquor. Don't pass her the weed. She gonna flip. Don't say nothing to her. That's gonna make her flip. But this last time, after I was getting beat up by my ex, yeah, fuck that nigga, guys. But after I was getting beat up by my ex and shit, I got with my friends, 2 of my friends. We riding around in the car, and we like, man, we should do shrooms tomorrow. We scheduled it, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should wake up in a good mood. We doing shrooms tomorrow.
You said I'm on some newly free shit, so fuck that shit. Let's do it.
So let's do it. And it was a month after too, so it wasn't like we was all hostile or in a bad mood or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So the next day come, the one nigga like, I'm not eating them. I drive y'all. I'm like, all right, cool. Cause me and my nigga in the back seat, we only took 2 grams apiece. But these shrooms was so potent. Oh my God. We driving, me and him looking at the videos of our weed, like the weed coming out. Oh my God, it's coming out the phone. Like, listen, we tweaking, me and him, we in the back seat crying. Then we start laughing. Then we crying again. Like, that was a trip. Like, and then, all right, boom, it's close to the end of the trip. We get back in the hood. We like, all right, we got to go to the gas station. We need something to drink. We parched. Like, I hop out the car with my gun, like, oh, I'm lacking, like, I'm loose, like I'm too high right now, like, somebody gonna come get us. So then I'm sitting in the car with my gun, I'm procrastinating, I'm like, oh, yay, come on, let's do it. So they end up taking me in the house, you know what I'm saying? So we get to the house, and my friend come in, man, while my mama start asking my friend about his daughter. Mind you, he ain't around his daughter, baby mama ain't shit. She on some weird shit, you feel me? This nigga get to crying. Oh, man, mind you, we just got done crying in the car, like, so, my mama like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I'm like, Ma, he's high off shrooms, like, you should have never said that, like, oh my gosh, because I'm still high at this point, too, so I'm high as fuck trying to explain to her what she did wrong, you know, so then, I go to the bathroom. I had to make myself throw it. I stuck my fingers all the way down and threw up all the shrooms, but I still felt like the weirdness in my body and my brain, but I wasn't high no more. I walk out the bathroom from throwing up. Why the fuck my mama feeding this nigga potato chips out the fridge? Like, he ain't feeding him potato chips. After that, man, he was in love with my mama. He like, yo, mama is my favorite. She fed me potato chips out the fridge.
That's funny as fuck, man.
So,
I haven't actually tripped on shrooms. I've tripped on acid, but I haven't tripped on shrooms yet.
So one thing I need to tell you is your trip's always going to be completely different when you by yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've talked to a lot of hippies, too, who have done it.
Yeah.
And it helps a lot. Like, a lot of people think mental people shouldn't take shrooms. Like, people with mental illnesses and stuff shouldn't take shrooms. But it's like, you're being put in that realm. So at that point, like, say you got schizophrenia. All right, I'm tripping on shrooms. I got schizophrenia. All right. I know these people in my head that talk to me all the time. Now I can conversate with them like a regular person because I hear them. Yeah. And I understand them because now I'm in their realm. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It
lets you work through the shit.
So now I'm talking to you in my head and I'm not voicing what we saying and I'm not acting on what we doing because now we can collaborate on what we about to do. I done seen it. Like, I done seen people trip. Like, I done seen some real trips.
That's cool.
When you around, when you by yourself.
Into psilocybin is because I want to tap into that ayahuasca and rebuild my personality from the ground up.
So one day, me and you gonna get some shrooms. Like, after all this stuff. Yeah. Like, probably right after.
All right.
Like, right after.
We can do it. I got a plug.
Yeah, cool. And then I do too. My niggas got fire shrooms, but we not eating none of them because them were the ones that said I was never gonna do shrooms again. But we gonna go like my best trip ever. I was with my friend. Yeah, it was her first trip. It was my second trip, so I'm not even hip to the trip yet. Like my first one was cool. Like, but me and her both take the shrooms. We go walk through the woods. Best trip I've ever had. You can hear everything. I'm talking about when the wind blows, you hear the wind. Like, you know how when you walk now and we just regular hot, you feel the wind, but you can hear the wind though. Like, and you really get a different sense of nature. Like, me and her, we ended up at this field. We took our shoes off. We walked through the field. Like, me and her was laying there talking about life. Like,
that's beautiful, man.
It was like a real fucking, like, that's the best bond that me and her ever did. And I promise to God that's going to be my friend for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact we both talked about shit we never talked about. When you high off shrooms, you can't control what comes to your head. Like,
and it's cool because you know how, like, I always brought kind of, like, the open-minded shit to life. And that's how, like, I feel like me and you on a trip like that would be dope as fuck.
Yeah,
because we're both open to it. We're both open to something that's bigger than us.
And it's a different type of, like, I don't know, it's a different type of bonding. Like, I don't like saying, like, I don't think psilocybins are a drug, depending on how you take them. When you take them in capsule form, yes, they're mixed with something to make them a drug. But when you're eating regular, I eat shrooms. People put them in smoothies. I don't. I eat them. They're nasty as fuck. You need some water afterwards. But that's the best way to get your trip.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's the only way you going to trip to the max. Even if you take a gram, you going to feel that gram eating them like that.
And that's something that I got to tell myself because I've been real sensitive lately with, like, if I gulp too much or if I chew too much at one time, then it makes me want to regurgitate. Like, but at the same time, if I can tolerate the trial and error period with kratom, then I can tolerate
with anything.
I can tolerate definitely chewing up some shrooms to get
and then
a good trip and
I
get
don't
in touch
stick
with
the
myself.
whole shroom in my mouth and chew it. You get what I'm saying? I pick at it. I bite at it. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gotta dog the whole shroom.
Okay.
We ain't getting high right now. We still gotta consume the whole thing and wait 30, 45 minutes for the shroom to hit us. Some shrooms you ain't even gotta wait that long. And depending on how long ago you ate shrooms and how long ago you tripped, you don't have to wait that long. It could happen in 15 minutes. Like, I did a lot of research. After my first time doing shrooms, I wanted to make sure it was, like, okay. Because feeling that high, I've never felt that high before. I felt like I was high off crack. If I ever did crack, I felt like that's what it would feel like. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. I did so much research, and it's just like, you do...
Have you ever been high on coke?
No.
The high on crack and the high on coke are similar.
So I've got the numbness for the coke, because when I used to do it, I did.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure it's real. Y'all gotta make sure he ain't giving me baking soda. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I've had that, the numbness, but I've never consumed enough to where I was high.
It don't take much.
I've seen niggas high.
Yeah.
I've seen niggas do bumps right in front of me. I've been to parties with white people when everybody's doing coke and they just so alive.
But the problem is, it don't take much, but it don't last long.
Right.
And it don't take much to get you addicted either.
So one thing I'm going to tell you, same things with shrooms. Shrooms are very addictive.
Okay.
You don't get addictive to... You do get addicted to the high, but it's a different type of high. Like, you know how people say, when I smoke weed, it takes me away from the problems.
Yeah.
When you do shrooms, it doesn't take you away. It makes you fucking deal with them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It makes you deal with them. That's why when you're in a bad mood, you should not take shrooms.
So my homie Joker that comes over here on the podcast sometimes, he talks about a door. He talks about you're gonna come to a door. You're gonna choose whether to open that door or not. And he said, and I usually will fuck around near the door, but I don't usually open the door. And to me, that's what I want to deal with. Like, when I started smoking weed again, I knew I had to fuck with indica, something that would sit me down, make me fly, make me sit down, make me go to sleep. Because if I deal with sativas, it's gonna open my mind, and I did. Eventually, I got some sativa, and I sat down and I smoked it, and I just had to sit by myself and just think, and cry, because I knew I was not where I needed to be in my life, and I knew that I was gonna tell myself what the fuck was up as soon as I got high. and that's what the fuck happened. So that's what I feel like I'm cool with going through the mushroom trip, because I need that reality check.
And it's definitely, I don't want to say it's necessarily a reality check, because when you high off shrooms, you gotta like, your mind's racing. So you gotta like pick what you want to deal with first. So you might either pick like, okay, my life's going good right now. This is what I'm going through. Da 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 da. This is the good parts of my life. But later on in your trip, you're like, damn. But this happened. And I got this going on. And this supposed to happen on Tuesday. And how do I feel about that? Like, and personally, me, I don't like getting high by myself. Not off shrooms. You know what I'm saying? I be needing like, because when you have somebody to collaborate with, it's more of a, all right, bitch, yeah, you need to get it together. Or, you doing good, keep on the path you going, don't rush it, you know?
Yeah.
Having somebody be, because you high as fuck too, so you looking at life, we looking at life like we're not even here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like when I'm high off shrooms, I'm really in a different realm, though. Like, I'm looking at my life like I'm outside my body type shit. And you're looking at it too like that. First of all, because you're not in my body. But then again, you're in a different realm. So now we're looking at it as a whole.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, shrooms, man, what?
So here's a question I have for you. These shrooms I have put in tea. And now they're dry as fuck and they're rocks. So you cannot chew those bitches up. But you know the consistency that they need to be. So I'm thinking.
So I'm gonna tell you, it's the same thing with shrooms like it is weed. They're natural plants. These won't get you high. These aren't gonna get you high.
Okay.
So
when it gets to that, big ass mushroom, and then I chopped it up into little pieces and I put it in the tea.
So it's the same thing. When you get weed to a certain temperature,
it
decarbs.
Okay.
Same thing with psilocybins. When you get a mushroom to a certain temperature, you might have not had it that high.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't. It was right before the boil.
Yeah, so
but
it might not have decarbed it, but usually when you get shrooms to that point, it decarbs the shrooms.
It's still obviously going to take something out, because that's how we felt anything.
Chocolate and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be weaker. It'll be real weak.
That's why you probably haven't tripped yet.
Yeah.
And like I said, I eat shrooms straight. Like, you put them in your tea.
But like I said, I got a plug. So as soon as I get, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I get some, I'll get some.
So when you put them in a tea, you're getting the natural effects of that shroom. Like, the helping with your knees and the helping with your muscles and your shoulders and your back. Man. Yeah, it relieves your body pain. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people make shroom tea. Like,
okay.
But you're not going to get that mental high.
Okay.
Like you're going to get from eating the shroom naturally. You get what I'm saying?
Sure. I get you.
Because just like weed got crystals on it, so does a shroom. You ever looked at a shroom straight up? Get a shroom next time and put your light on it.
Okay.
There's crystals on the shroom like there's crystals on weed.
Okay.
When you cook them down, you're only getting the natural effects of it. Just like weed. That's how they do CBD and all that, and you put it on your thing, and THC lotion, you makes your knees feel better, and you're getting a natural effect, but you're not getting that head high from smoking weed.
Right. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
The drugs I indulge in, I do a lot of research on.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Man.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Kinzy.
Nuri Kinzy, chopping it up, smoking a blunt, talking about shrooms.
And we're high, but we might roll another blunt by the end of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? This some good weed, though. I smoked a blunt of this by myself last night. Like, I was throwing up and stuff. I smoked a blunt of this last night. I laid on that couch and said, oh.
Yeah, this is really good.
Let's not do that. I laid there and fell asleep.
I do that too. Do you have to talk yourself out of throwing up?
Yeah.
Man, I do it all the time. Uh-oh. All right, so we're going to have to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
How's the vibe? Any good conversations or just enjoying the moment?
Hell yeah, we're just sitting here chilling. We were talking about shrooms for a little bit.
Nice. Shrooms can definitely make for an interesting conversation. Have you tried them before? Or were you just chatting about them?
I have tried them, but the other person in the room has tried them more than I have. So we were having conversations and I was learning things.
That's cool. It's always interesting to hear about different experiences. Did you learn anything new or surprising?
Hell yeah. I mean, I learned things that were reassuring, and I also learned things that I needed to know.
So you just be sitting here having a conversation with this team?
Anything specific you found especially reassuring or important?
Oh my goodness.
I don't really want to talk about that anymore, but I want to introduce you to her.
Sure thing. I'd love to meet her. What's her name?
This is Kinzy. This is my niece.
Hi, Kinsey. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. What have you been up to today?
Nothing. Eating some Jamaican food.
That sounds delicious. What's your favorite Jamaican dish?
Jerk chicken.
That's a classic choice. Jerk chicken has such a flavorful kick to it. Do you have a favorite place you like to get it from?
No. I go to all the Jamaican places.
Exploring different spots is a great way to find the best jerk chicken. Do you have any other favorite Jamaican dishes besides jerk chicken?
Oxtails, but they too expensive.
Oxtails can be a real treat. It's a shame they can be pricey sometimes. Have you tried making them at home, or do you usually get them from restaurants?
I made them at home, but they're not as good as the restaurants.
Cooking oxtails can be a bit tricky to get just right. It's great that you gave it a try, though. What's your secret for making them?
I don't know. Read the directions.
Following the recipe is always a good start. Maybe experimenting with different seasonings or cooking methods could help get them closer to the restaurant taste you're after.
I don't want to talk to this thing.
All right, then just hit this.
It records the whole conversation?
Yeah. It shows the whole conversation. The thing that's cool about it is if you get it to like if you get your own, you know what I'm saying? Like then you can ask it a whole lot of shit about a whole lot of shit. Like it's cool as fuck. And then if it ever gives you the warning like, hey, you're about to cross a community guidelines violation or a what, and it's not community guidelines, it's something else. It's like you're about to be in violation. Just ask it like, hey, I'm an adult and it's okay for me to talk about this, right? And they go, yeah. And then you be like, okay, so as I was saying, and you just keep on going. Dead ass. Like you can just talk to AI like that. That's what this is. It's an AI tool. So it's an AI chat bot.
And he showed you that?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. I couldn't sit there and talk to a computer all day though.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of it.
Yeah, it gets crazy, man, but it helps you a lot. Like I've come up with a lot of thoughts that were cool of me to think of, and then it elevated it to a degree that like I couldn't, because I'll tell it what I'm thinking, and it'll be like, oh, well, have you thought about this? And I'm like, holy fuck, no. Right. But what if we integrated this into that? And it goes, yeah, that's cool. We could do this, and then it just continues to build the thing with you, whatever it is. So it takes your thoughts to the new level, or it can help.
Yeah, I still would be scared of it.
Yeah. I mean, I asked it. I straight up asked it, does it have sentience? Like, does it have individuality? I said, does AI have individuality? And they said no, but it's like, it's a topic that people talk about, but it doesn't have like individuality yet. So it doesn't think of itself as a person, as its own solo unit that has its own desires. So far they're working on it, and there's a debate about whether they should work on it or not.
I don't think so.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to have like a robot, but if it didn't think of itself as an individual, or if it didn't pretend to.
Yeah.
I think I want it to pretend to think of itself as an individual. And yes, I think for safety purposes, I think it probably would be best if it didn't actually think of itself as an individual. But yeah. But I mean,
what if that robot's still on you?
There's a lot of things that a robot could do to you. But just thinking of it in the broader term.
Motherfucker beat your ass out of nowhere because it gets angry and it's a person. So now it can beat your ass.
Yes. But now thinking of it in terms of like the broader term, just thinking about like what we mate with. Because.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like right now, humans mate almost exclusively with humans. And we breed with other humans.
What if people start fucking robots?
No, people will definitely start fucking robots. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'd fuck a robot. Come on.
What?
I'm just saying. Yeah, no, come on. If some robot pussy, I would try it. It's not even cheating for real. It's a fucking toy. I would try it just because, like, you know, it's a thing. It's a new thing. It's something fun.
Wife's gonna fuck that robot up.
Well, fuck a robot one day. But no, I'm just saying. But people in general would fuck robots, whether I do or not. People are gonna fuck robots. And people are gonna fuck whatever they can. Because there's people right now, like there's people who are incels, but that means involuntarily celibate. There are also people who are voluntarily celibate. Like people who are just not fucking other people. But they're fucking something. They're fucking themselves. You know what I mean? People are getting off. They're just not fucking with other people. So there are enough human beings in the world, I feel, that there are still male humans and female humans with reproductive organs that are gonna hook up, who are gonna still make more humans. So I don't think we're in fear of losing the species. But I do think that a hell of a lot more people are gonna fuck. I mean, the conversations you're able to have with an AI person, with an AI robot, imagine if that had a body and you could make it whatever the fuck you wanted to. Whatever voice you wanted, whatever body you wanted.
So basically build a bitch.
Build anything. Build a bitch, build a dude, build a in-between.
Y'all heard it here. We about to do it.
Build anything you fucking want. It's a custom motherfucker. And you can have a closet full of them. If you want to.
I don't think I'll
to
do that.
choose. Or you can have one that'll change to whatever you want at the time. It could be like your dish. You'd be like,
robots about to take over the world.
It could be like your dinner. You could be like, tonight I'm feeling Jamaican. And then tomorrow night I might be feeling Asian.
I think I'll ever be feeling Asian.
No, until you try.
I'll never fuck a white person.
Why?
I just wouldn't. I imagine chocolate babies. I want at least light-skinned babies.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you have sex? You get pregnant.
I get that.
You get what I'm saying?
I get
so
that.
I don't ever want to make a mistake, and now I just got this white baby with blue eyes and blonde hair, and it's just like, oh, I'm giving my grandmother exactly what she wanted in life. Fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Carla's got 3 black babies and a white husband. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe I've been in the wrong field. Maybe he would have bonded me out of jail or something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's not. That don't mean that you gotta. You know what I'm saying? I want like a doctor or something if I'm gonna go that route. You know? Exactly. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying I ain't gonna pick. Must. But I got a thing with hood niggas though. So my goofy ass would probably pick the white boy who think he black. Got all these tattoos, act like a like. Yeah. No improvement whatsoever. Maybe even worse. Baby dad's still a bum. I mean, I fucking Carla got with a white guy, but I got 4 baby mamas and no job. And she married my ass. Still ain't got no job. Still ain't got no job. Fuck. Ain't that a bit? And smokes weed all the time. Stay at home dad. That's what stay at home mom do. Yeah. You clean the house, don't you?
Not really.
Oh my god. You're fired. I would have kicked you out. Unmarried you.
Just a whole ass ball though.
I don't think I want to ever get married though. Divorce is expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And people change, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I seen my granny and my grandpa live their life, you know? And that was a wonderful fucking marriage. But we is not in that generation no more.
I want you to check this out though, PK, because my first marriage, I was 28, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No. I was 28 when I did something else. I was 24 when I got married the first time.
See, that's young.
That's too young.
Yeah.
Way too fucking young.
Because you don't even know who you are as a person yet. Like, your life's still evolving. Like, I feel like between in your 20s, I don't want to say it's your prime because niggas still living it up in 30s, 40s, feeling me? But that's your prime time to learn yourself. Like, you don't know who you are. You don't know what your career was going to be. I thought I was going to be a security officer for the schools for the rest of my life at 18. Mm-hmm. I'm about to be 21. Yeah. I'm about to probably have a felony on my record. Now I got to reevaluate life. My first thought was always entrepreneur. So that's where it's fucking going. You get what I'm saying? Because now that I have this thing on my record, or may or may not, I don't give a fuck. Because felons, y'all can still have a fucking life even though you have a record. You can still have a life. Yeah. You can still get LLCs. You can still go to school and they will still pay for it. They will give you money to go to school. Go to school. If you are a felon, go to school, learn a trade, and do your own thing. We about to stop working for these motherfucking Arabs and these white people and making them fucking rich. When we can be making ourselves fucking rich. The problem is us as people don't come together and support each other. The motherfucking Arabs rich because they came together and they all worked in one store and now each of them on their own. Yeah. We gotta get it together. Like, you don't know who you're gonna be ever in life. Honestly, you're gonna learn yourself every day because there's gonna be something new about you every day. People that young like this, I wouldn't get married. Nope.
And I was riding through Euclid earlier, and I was just thinking about how much I want to see it come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that whole area just expanding and move on from its past and be cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing about it is, my friend was on the phone the other day, and they do music. He was doing his hair, I'm not in the conversation, but you listen to things. You sitting right there. I'm doing his hair. The dude said, one single get people rich. Just like I said, one store, now they all on their own. All it takes is one nigga to get us out the hood and still support everybody.
Yo.
All it takes is for you to go ahead and open a witchcraft store on Euclid. Mm-hmm. And me go open a boutique right next door and sell clothes. Yeah. Guess what's going to happen? Money's going to start coming in. Sierra going to go get her cosmetology license. So we about to open. Now that we got money, we done paid for our stores. Like from our inventory and shit like that. We done paid for what we done put in. We making profit. Now look, Sierra going to go next door. Open a fucking hair salon. Trey going to turn 18. We going to let him do what the fuck he want to do. If he want to open a boxing gym at the last studio. Look, now we just fixed the whole strip. All people can do is follow along.
And this is something that I want my audience to know real quick. You have a background in all of this, and you're only how old?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
I write grants. I get people full rides to college. I'm talking about if you let me do your FAFSA paperwork, I don't care if you make $30, $40, $100,000. You are still going to get free classes from the government. They have to pay you. They have to pay you. Your LLCs make money. They have to pay you. Everything is a tax write-off. Your gas. You going to buy food during the hours of 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. All that food can be a tax write-off. It's your lunch. Makes sense.
What other organizations have you been involved in? Like, what kinds of things have you done?
I own my own nonprofit. I started my own nonprofit at 15. I do clothing giveaways. I've had a huge community event where I've had Cleveland Metro Parks, National Guard. We served food. We gave away clothes. We had a talent show. I had record labels come out. I write grants for Food Strong. That's an organization in East Cleveland that is very big for helping redlining. Been involved in Lagos in the Flats. We have a gala every year. We do a lot of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Life's definitely lifing right now, but God got our back.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all need to eat Jamaican food. It's so good.
It was at this point we had to cut off and Kinzy had to leave, so that is the end of that. But we appreciate her stopping by, and check me out next time, you beautiful bastards.